Yo, what is up, Bodyweight Nate fam? First things first, I want to thank you guys for watching and supporting my bodyweight journey. I hope you're learning something because I'm learning all the time. So welcome to Handstand Level 1. Please watch the wrist and the shoulder warm up before getting started. But we're going to start right now for 2 days. So let's meet on the ground. And so I covered this in the Spinal Movements video, which you guys should be watching all the time to learn as much as you can. But we're going to come into a hollow body. So what's the most important thing in a hollow body? Shoulder depression, right? My lats are going to lock in my core and my posterior pelvic tilt by engaging my glutes. So what I'm going to do here, lying flat on my back, I'm going to depress my shoulders, compress my core, engage my glutes for posterior pelvic tilt, knees above hips, heels towards the glutes, and we can point through the toes. Okay, so this is a hollow body tuck we got going on. So what's really big in hand balancing, especially handstands, is shoulder elevation. So keeping my core compressed and my glutes engaged for my posterior pelvic tilt, I'm going to inhale, bring my arms above head where I'm elevating my shoulders, pressing them up towards my ears, lifting the chin and looking in between my thumbs. Don't lose awareness of the core compression and posterior pelvic tilt. Okay, we're gonna hold for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, depress the shoulders, tuck the chin, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt doesn't move. We're going to do this 3 more times. Inhale, arms above head to shoulder elevation. Keep your core compression, posterior pelvic tilt. Look in between the thumbs by lifting the chin. Make sure your man bun stays out the way for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, tuck the chin, shoulder depression. Don't let the lower back lift, guys. Through the elevation and depression, the lumbar spine, the core, the lower back should be flat against your mat at all times. Here we go, 2 more. Inhale, elevation. Squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears as much as you can. Lift the chin, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, shoulder depression. We got 1 more, guys. I know it can be tough. Refine your hollow body. Inhale, arms above head, shoulder elevation, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt, gaze in between thumbs. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, shoulder depression. Drop the feet and relax. So we're going to do a second set of those, guys. What really helps with those is locking the hollow body while elevating the shoulders, right? So keeping that core compression, posterior pelvic tilt, that is pretty much a handstand with shoulder elevation. So we're doing handstands on the ground. Go ahead, capture Ujjayi, breathe into the diaphragm. Exhale, engage your hollow body, relax your jaw, you can soften your eyes. We're going to take 2 more breaths here. Guys, thanks for joining me. I'm really excited to be filming this. Doesn't always look like it, but I am. Okay, hollow body. Okay, what's first? Shoulder depression, right? Locking my lats is going to activate the rest of my spine. Depression, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt, knees above hips, heels to glutes. Inhale, arms above head. Elevate the shoulders up towards the ears. Lift the chin, gaze in between thumbs for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, engage the glutes. 1, exhale, shoulder depression. Tuck the chin. Check your core compression, posterior pelvic tilt. Inhale, shoulder elevation. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, depression. If this is getting tough, go ahead and ground 1 foot, and then we're going to switch. Inhale. You can still elevate, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt, lifting the chin, gaze in between thumbs. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, tuck the chin, shoulder depression, switch the feet. Last one. Inhale, shoulder elevation, core compression, posterior pelvic tilt. Squeeze the shoulders up towards the ears, gaze in between thumbs. For 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, shoulder depression. Lock your chain. One last time. Ground the feet. Come back up. Let's move on to the next exercise. Good job, guys. Those aren't always super easy. So, hope you enjoy my beautiful background here. I'm traveling while I'm doing this. So, we're going to do something called wall climbs. So this really helps us get in and out of the handstand by just building the pushing elevation strength to go up and down the wall. And level 2, we'll be doing some cartwheel work that'll help us safely come out. Let's take 2 Ujjayi breaths. Okay, depress, come press, posterior pelvic tilt. Feel the muscles engage. Relax the jaw. You can soften the eyes, tuck the chin. One more. Audible in and out through the nose. Expanding the diaphragm. Exhale, tap in. Okay, let's do 3 different levels, okay? And then as you practice this, you can increase the distance of how your feet go up the wall. So that's how you're gonna measure your progress here. So in my handstands, usually about shoulder width or maybe a little bit more depending on your structure. The more in we become, the more we start to relate to one arm, so a little bit more difficult. So just go ahead and feel yourself and find where it's comfortable. So if you were to look at my hands, guys, there's certain grips that we can do. So you'll see different grips like this, standard. But what I prefer that helps me use my fingers as brakes is, I don't know, we'll call it spider grip, those different grips, but it's where I bend the center knuckles where I put pressure here. So in hand balancing, I'm pressing through my palm, right? So as I press through the palm, I bone stack up to the elbow, up to the shoulder, the hip, the knee, and then the ankle, right? So as I press through my wrists, the palm, I bend this knuckle to use my fingertips as brakes. So as I lean forward, I can use my fingers to stop myself. And then as I lean this way, I use my hollow body to bring myself back up to center. So all that being said, guys, play with it and feel what is most comfortable to you. If I were to look at my thumbs in between and make an X, that's usually where my gaze goes. So I can lock on to a target as I'm doing my hand bouncing. So all those hand and wrist cues, figure out what you're feeling. And remember, shoulder elevation is where we get our strength in inversions. And inversion is where your head is below your heart and it changes the circulation of our blood flow. So that's what makes them kind of challenging, but it gets easier with practice. So arms above head, shoulder elevation, and inversion. So put your feet against the pretty background, just like so. And then we're gonna start with our shoulders underneath, actually slightly out towards, so we're gonna start with our wrist slightly out from our shoulders. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna slowly crawl using your toes up a wall, okay? So I'm here, we're gonna come here, and now when I walk up with my feet, I'm gonna walk closer with my hands. Remember, elevation, pressing away from the ground, shoulders towards the ears. Walk closer, maybe I bring my feet up. Again, okay, this is all I got for today. Step out, foot down. Step out, foot down, step out, slowly ground the feet. Okay, awesome job, guys. Take a bit of a breather. If you're feeling a little loopy, go ahead, find your breath again, recenter your blood. A wall is going to be your best friend in hand balancing. So I'll mention that in lots of other videos, I'm sure I already have, but in hand balancing, in Nate floats, we're gonna be using the wall all the time. One more steady breath here. Okay, practicing with the hands, the distance, bending at the knuckles to press through. Fingertips, brakes, pressing through the palm and Bone stacking here. Go ahead, set yourself up, feet against wall, walk the wrists out to wherever is comfortable. Let's see if we can get a little bit higher this time. Okay, go ahead, step up with one foot, step up with the other, walk the hands a bit closer. Okay, we're gonna step up one, a little bit closer. Okay, maybe one more, I'm gonna micro it. Okay, let's hold here in an elevation, right? I'm pressing away as far as I can for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Walk out, foot down. Palm out, foot down. Palm out, foot down. Palm out. Let's ground the body. Awesome job, guys. So like I said, practice with your distance, feel it out. In level 2, we will be fully using the wall, so make sure you have this mastered before moving on. We're gonna do it one more time. Depress the shoulders, compress the core, posterior pelvic tilt. Tuck the chin, relax the jaw. You can even close the eyes, tune back in with your breath and body. I'll give you some time here. One more breath here, guys. Once again, shout out to CrossFit Crush for letting us film here. It's an amazing place. Sorry if I ruined your last breath. Okay, let's walk back. Walk the wrist out, find your hand placement, bend the knuckles here a little bit. You can play with some pressure here. Remember, as we elevate, we're pressing through the palm. Let's go ahead, one foot up, walk the wrist, next foot, walk the wrist, climbing and climbing, getting our body used to being in an inversion upside down. Oh my gosh, I'm getting closer. Okay, this is all I'm comfortable with. Elevate the shoulders up towards the ears as much as you can. I'm going to build some strength here for 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Maybe I try to go a little bit higher. 2, 1. Okay, crawl. Crawl, wrist and foot. We're slowly coming out like some kind of monkey. Okay, let's ground. Awesome job, guys. I'll say this one more time. Practice that, and just even if it's a couple inches each day, that's fine. Okay, take your time working with the wall and building your elevation strength. We got one more exercise in today's level 1 guy. I guess there's only one guy watching, that's fine. All right, catch your breath. One more. Finding that audible ujjayi through the nose. Feel the diaphragm expand. Kinetic chain locks. Okay, you're probably sick of hearing me scramble my words, but we got one more exercise. So, we are going to come into a bent knee downward facing dog. So, same placement, hands are fully pronated where they're facing forward. We're gonna come in a little down dog, okay, with the knees bent, okay? So what's cool about this position is we can use our shoulder elevation, okay, to build some strength, not only in our handstand, but our down dog. So what we're gonna do here is we're really gonna isolate our shoulders or the scapula. So what I want you to do firstly is elevate the shoulders, locking out the elbows, pressing through the palms, and pressing the chest as close to the quads as comfortable, okay? We're in an active anterior tilt here to help lengthen out the spine. You can stay on your tippy toes. If you want to press to the heels a couple times to lengthen out the calves and hamstrings, that's totally fine too. Okay, I want you to lift your gaze where once again, we're bringing our gaze point in between our thumb line. So if you were to draw an imaginary line between the tips of your thumbs, right in the center is comfortable for me to have a strong gazing point. So what I'm going to do, keeping my spine lengthened through core compression and anterior pelvic tilt, I'm going to bring my shoulders to neutral. So go ahead and let them drop. I know usually we don't do this in a down dog, but we're using this to build scapular strength. So come to neutral, and now walking your gaze right in between that imaginary thumb line. Press the shoulders as close to the ears as you can, coming into full elevation. Compress the core, anterior pelvic tilt, and we're gonna hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back to neutral. Inhale, exhale, press into elevation one more time, okay? You can drop on the heels, tiptoes, play with it, but lock that elevation, press through the palms, straighten the elbows, shoulders up towards the ears for 3, 2, 1. Let's come to neutral. One last one, guys. Press through the palms, lock the elbows, elevate the shoulders, core compression, anterior tilt, glutes are still active for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, come forward, exhale, drop the knees. Catch your ujjayi, you guys. We're gonna do this for one more round. Pause the video whenever you like, play it whenever you like. You're not gonna hurt my feelings. Well, maybe just a little bit, but I'll move on. Okay, 2 more breaths here. Okay, guys, so in order, to kind of push yourself in a healthy way, not too much, it's always good to tune in how my breath is going and how my heart is beating. So right when you can get that breath and your heart into that coherent state, you can kind of tap into a little bit deeper of where your body's at and where I should push and where I should settle down a little bit. So we'll take one more full breath awareness here. Exhale. Let's come in to our bent knee downward facing dog. Planting the palms, okay? Same distance of the hands, just like in the handstand, okay? Come up into a bent knee downward facing dog. So let's go ahead and start here. Elevate, core compression, anterior pelvic tilt. Now I'm gonna press the chest as close to the quads as I can, whatever is comfortable for me in this moment. Okay, lift the chin, lock your gaze in between the imaginary thumb line. We're gonna come to neutral as we inhale. Exhale, press through the palms, lengthen through the elbows, shoulders, maximize elevation into the ears. And we're gonna hold for 6, core compression, 5, anterior pelvic tilt, 4, glutes are active, 3, don't lose awareness in the shoulders, 2, 1, inhale, neutral. Exhale, press through. I know this is getting challenging, guys. Follow your breath, lock onto the shoulders as they elevate for 4, 3, 2, 1. Last one, you got this. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, elevate, elevate, elevate. Lock the gaze, core, glutes. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, lean forward, exhale, drop the knees, crisscross position. Guys, thank you so much for supporting Nate Flows and the very first hand balancing program I'm creating, Handstand Level 1. Love you all so much. I'll see you level 2. Namaste.